Hey, it's Nicole with Realty Masters, and today we're going to talk about flood insurance. As a property owner or investor in Florida, you might wonder, do I really need flood insurance? Well, with Florida's high risk for flooding due to frequent storms and hurricanes, flood insurance is recommended. Standard homeowners insurance does not cover flood damage, so flood insurance is a vital safeguard for protecting your investment. What is flood insurance? Well, flood insurance is a separate policy that specifically covers damages to your home and contents caused by flooding. In Florida, most flood insurance policies are provided through the National Flood Insurance Program, which is managed by FEMA. This program ensures that renters, homeowners, and investors have access to affordable flood coverage, regardless of whether your property is in a high-risk flood zone. So why do you need flood insurance? Well, if your property is in a high-risk flood zone like Zone AE or VE in the Pensacola area and you have a mortgage, flood insurance is typically required by your lender. Coastal and low-lying areas are particularly vulnerable, but even moderate risk zones like Zone X can experience flooding, especially with unpredictable weather patterns and hurricanes. So even if your property isn't in a designated flood zone, there's always a chance for flooding, and flood zones change. And unexpected storms or heavy rains can cause water damage to properties in typically safe areas that are nearby creeks or rivers. And then you could be responsible for expensive repairs as well as the loss of rent during that recovery period, which can be financially devastating. Some insurance providers, including Citizens, are already moving towards requiring flood insurance policies for all policyholders, regardless of flood zone designation. So we do expect this trend to grow, and we think securing flood insurance now is a proactive step to protect your property and comply with future regulations. How do you know if your property is in a flood zone? Well, to find out your flood zone for Pensacola or any flood zone area, you go to FEMA's Flood Map Service Center, and there's a tool that allows homeowners and renters to enter their address and view detailed flood maps that can indicate the level of risk for your area. You can also find Escambia and Santa Rosa County resources. Check your evacuation zone and your flood zone to understand your risk and make sure you have the right level of coverage, whether you own or rent. And your insurance agent can also assist in confirming flood zone. Sometimes we see homes that are on a flood zone where the land is, but the house isn't. So it gets a little complicated. Reach out to your insurance agent. If you're not in a flood zone, homeowners are not even routinely offered flood insurance. So make sure that this is something you specifically ask for from your insurance agent. Renters are able to get a flood policy as well. We do think that securing flood insurance is more important than ever. Looking at recent hurricanes like Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton that have just devastated the Florida area as well as into Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina. Obviously, flooding can happen at any time and in any location, and owning an investment property in Florida, you're at a higher risk, and you should secure a flood insurance policy to prevent something like that. Remember, if your property gets flooded, your insurance company will not pay for any of the damages, and flood damages are extensive. You have to do tear out of the property. They have to do, and many times, mold remediation. They have to everything has to go. So it's a very expensive process. It's lengthy, and during that time you will not have rental income. Many homeowners do not recover from this type of loss. So again, we recommend investing in an affordable flood insurance program. We do have a great insurance agent. If you need a recommendation, reach out to us. If you have any questions about flood insurance, please reach out to us as well, and we look forward to talking to you.